Welcome to Music Tech Zone. I'm Roberto Matthews, and I'm about to do a little tutorial on the 2400. Here we go. So here you have the complete panel of the 2400. Right here you have the patch bay to bring all your microphones in and all your line inputs in. One of the reasons I really like this machine is because of the ability to just patch in these 8. These are all these XLR inputs are all powered, 48 volts powered for your condenser mics, and you have your line level inputs here. You also have here your guitar direct input. You turn this on and it cancels out the number 8 input. You'll see later why I have it set up the way I have it set up. Below that you have the patch to the actual channels. Okay, so you have at the top you have your patch bay, patching everything in, and then at the bottom you have all your tracks. Okay, and your track mixer. Okay, on this side we have under your banks, you have the different banks so that you can do locations. For example, you can have the markers 1 through 10 here, and you have 10 banks, so you can have up to 100. Actually 99 because they count 0 as 1. And then here you have a scene bank, so you have a locator bank, you have a scene bank, and then you have your fader assigned. And as you can see, we have motorized faders, which is something I really love about this machine, the motorized faders. It makes my workflow do wonderful things. It's really flowing because I don't have to remember where everything was set, or I don't have to use like a controller, and usually it remembers where your faders were, but you have to set it up or return to that, and this is a lot better. I really like it a lot. So as I said, I have an assignment to number 3 and I have an assignment to number 4. Different fades for different 4. In my case, I have my reverb set up on number 3, so now I have 1 through 24 and what all the reverbs are going to be. And then I have on number 4 I have my delay sends. So it's really nice to have everything that feel. Also I have my transport, of course. You have a shift button because your transport can double as some hotkeys, and of course I have my track wheel. Okay, we also have some function keys up here at the top, and home screen, back to the home screen. Okay, going to the screen here, one of the wonderful things about the VS2400 is the fact that I have a mouse and I have a keyboard, so I can kind of do what the modern boards are doing too, but I still have the power and the reliability from the VS2400. I have seen and heard about some complaints about the noisiness of the hard drive and all, but to tell you the truth, it's not very noisy. Maybe there were some duds, just like any other piece of equipment. I'm sure there's some duds out there, and the hard drive can be very noisy. But in this case, there's a slight hum, but it doesn't bother anything. Later on in a few tutorials later, I'll show you how I can mitigate those with the proper mic placement. Going back to the screen here, as you can see, we have we have our absolute time here. We have the hours, minutes, seconds, frames, and we also have parts of frames. We have here our scrub tool all the way through, and as you can see, I'm scrubbing through, and you can see at the bottom here all my tracks. You can name your tracks. I haven't named any of these tracks right now because, as you'll see later on, I have a formula of where I put all my instruments. That way I don't have to worry about naming right away. Now when it gets complicated or it gets something that's not the norm, then I go ahead and record, but rename all my tracks. But for now I don't. Right up here, and let me tell you how convenient it is to have a screen this large. As a matter of fact, it works on just about any CRT. Yes, we're going back a few years. CRT or LCD screen, which is really nice. VGA ports. We have here, like I was saying, we have the huge screen, so we can have our pans right here. I don't have to go to my pan. If you go back down to the control panel here, I can click here on pan and go to my pan. As you can see, as I move my track 5 pan, track 5 here moves with it. So I can put that right back to 30, and we're set. I can even move it here using my mouse, and as you can see, the actual fader moves. So it's really nice to have the possibility to go through mouse if I need to click on something really quickly, or I can go through my hands-on. What's great about the hands-on, for those of us who are from the old school and have done things hands-on, or even if you're brand new to this, being able to just go straight to solo, straight to mute, straight to my easy router, being able to go straight to my transport with one hand, being able to do my tracks up and down with the other hand. Very invaluable. So stay tuned and we'll delve a little bit into actually using the machine. Thank you very much.